Hi everyone, this is Kathy Brown with Juice Plus Field Events. Today I wanted to show you how to post an event from your virtual office. Once you've logged into your virtual office with your username and password, you have these tabs across the top of the page. You want to go under Events, and then it's going to bring you to the dashboard. You have three options to post an event, search an event, and to take a look at all the events that are in your area that you have saved. So for right now, let's go under Post an Event. This can be for a virtual office event or a home event, a local event, any event where it does not require you of requesting a healthcare professional speaker. So you'll go in there, and if you'll notice at the top of the page, there's an asterisk. You only need to fill in the spaces where there is an asterisk by it. So you can leave contact website, you can leave that empty, contact phone number, you can leave that empty. So for right now, the contact name, you're going to put in your name. Right now, mine's already pre-filled. Todd White is sort of our test site page. So when you're in your virtual office, it's going to have your name at the top. It's going to have your name already pre-filled for contact name. It may already have your contact email listed also. Once you have those two fields that are required with the asterisk, once you have those filled in, you'll go ahead and hit the continue. Next, it's going to bring you to post an event. These are your details. So again, if you look at the top of the page, you see the asterisk. You only need to fill in the spaces that are required that have an asterisk by it. So the name of your event at the top. If you look all the way down the page, there's an asterisk for the date and time of your event. That is required. The date and time the event ends. That is required. You go on down the page where the event is located. All the fields under this section need to be filled in with something. If, for example, you don't have the information available, you don't know the name of the event because you don't have an approved speaker yet to list the event name there. You'll just go ahead because it is required to put something in there. If you leave it blank, you're going to get an error message that says it was not able to be submitted. So for right now, you can just put IHL, or you can put to be determined. You can always go back later once you have the information, and you can edit these changes later. So for right now, so we can get the event submitted through the Event Center, we're going to put to be determined. You can go ahead and select a category, but it's not required. See, there's no asterisk. Choose a type of event. It's not required. There's no asterisk. It is required that you put in the date and time. There's an asterisk right there. So we're going to select the date. We'll put March 20th. We'll say 6 o'clock. And we'll keep that at PM. What date and time does your event end? We're going to put March 20th. We're going to say 7 o'clock PM. Again, we've only filled out the information that is highlighted with an asterisk, the name, date, and time of the event. We're going to scroll down the page. It's not required to put an event website in. However, if you know that, go ahead and put it in. Where is the event located? We may not have the venue set up yet, so we're going to put to be determined. You have to put that on each line. It automatically defaults to Alabama. I don't believe it requires you to put a zip code in. So for right now, just as a test, let's leave zip code blank because I don't know the zip code of Alabama. If you have a speaker, you can go ahead and add the speaker. Again, it's not required at this time because there's no asterisk by it. Attach a flyer. You can go ahead and upload your flyer if you have that. If not, it is not required. So let's go ahead and hit the continue button. Now, I did not include a zip code, so let's see if we get an error message. Did not receive an error message. Here's an error message highlighted in red. It brings me to the field that needs attention. So maybe I did not select the date. So let me go back in here, make sure my date is highlighted. Okay, I see what it is. So if you'll notice, I clicked on the calendar. That did not pre-fill automatically. However, you click in the box, select the date, that populates with the date. So again, that's kind of an important tip right there. If you only select the calendar, it is not going to let you pre-fill the date. So you want to have the cursor in the box and then go ahead and select the date. Now let's go down here and try to continue. Okay, so it let me go ahead and select to the next page. So now this is where we review our event details. We have the contact name, the email, the event details. You see it's to be determined. Right now, we just want to go ahead and we want to get this event submitted through the event center to be reviewed so we can have it posted to the virtual office so people can go ahead, the public can go ahead who have access to view this information and at least save the date. The date we know is already confirmed. We know the date is scheduled right here. The venue, however, we do not know at this time. So we're going to come back later and edit that information. But for right now, we have our event save the date, basically, and we're going to submit the events. Okay, and see, I have errors. Errors saving your event. So let's go through the page. It's going to highlight where my errors are, and here it is. See, in the beginning, I said I wasn't for sure if I needed to include a zip code in that section. So let me just put any number in there. I know that's not the zip code of Alabama. Let's just see what it brings me to. Okay, so again, it allowed me to submit the event by putting in a zip code. That zip code wasn't even relevant to Alabama, but as long as I had a zip code in there, it did allow the event to go through. So if you remember, when we went back previously and I did not have that field listed with any zip code at all, it would not allow me to submit. We had an error message. So that's a tip that we've learned. You do have to put a zip code of some kind in there to let it to go through. So let's just do that one more time to be quick here, just to make sure we have it. So right now, again, we're in our virtual office. We're going to go back to the basic here. We've logged on. We're in our virtual office. We have the tabs across the page. We're going to go to events. We want to post an event. So we're going to click on the first box, post an event. Because this is your own personal event, your contact name and your contact email may already be included. These are the only two fields that are required to have something in them in order to continue. Next page is the event details. Again, we're looking for the fields that have an asterisk by it. Enter a name for your event that has an asterisk. It's required that you put something in there. So for right now, let's just put to be determined. We're going to go down the page. There's no need to select the category, the type, because there's not an asterisk there. However, there is an asterisk for the date and time of the event. That you want to know because you want people to go ahead and save the date ahead of time. Regardless of whether you know the name of the event or the venue, they can go ahead and save the date to their calendar. So we're going to select March 20th, the time, 6 p.m. Again, we learned previously to select the date, you need to put the cursor in the box and then select the date. You'll see how that pre-fills for you, the calendar, the date, the time, 6 p.m. Let's change that. Our event's going to be 1 hour long. Nothing's highlighted in red at this time, so it looks like we've done it correct. We're going to go down the page, event website. We don't know what that is. We're going to leave it blank. However, there's an asterisk for the location. We're going to fill out every line in this section because we've learned previously by leaving the zip code, it did not allow it to go through. So I'm putting my own zip code here for Collierville, Tennessee, where corporate is located. It is not the zip code for Alabama. However, it does not matter. We just need to have a zip code filled in that spot. So I've got every field completed with the asterisk, the location, every line is filled in, the event title is filled in, the date and time for the event to begin and end is all filled in. All the spaces where there is an asterisk, it is all filled in. If I had a flyer, I would put it in right here. We're going to hit continue. We're going to go up the page. There's nothing highlighted in red. I can review my date because that is what I know for sure is correct and all the information I have right now. I can always go back and highlight or go back and edit it later. This event is ready to submit to the event center. If you know that it was successful, you can look here, event has been submitted for posting. So it will tell you the message as your event is awaiting approval from the Juice Plus Events department. That's myself, Kathy Brown. Once approved, you will receive an email and your event will be posted for others to see. Simple as that. That's how you post an event. While we're in here, let me go ahead and let's click on My Events. This area is where you can see all the events that you have saved as favorites. This will also show you all the events that you have posted previously. So the event that we just submitted, once that does get approved, that is going to be pre-populated under posted events. So you can see all the events that you have previously posted or any events that you are possibly you saved them as a draft or to your favorites. Okay, for right now, let's see. There's not a back button here, so I'm going to need to go back under the events tab to bring me back to the dashboard. And this is something that I get a lot of questions on for searching events. You want to find out what event is in your area. So let's go under search an event. And you have a couple of options here. You can put in a city. You can check the box, search where that event is located and put in the city. You can choose what state. You can choose by miles. The easiest way to search an event in your area or just around the US for all regions is to just leave all this information blank. So in general, if you wanted to look to just see how many events are currently posted around the US between now and the end of the year, you do not have to fill out anything on this page, not even a calendar. You can leave everything blank and go down to the bottom and hit search. And that is going to show you every event that has been posted and approved through the virtual office. So these are all events that are currently out there where you can go ahead and save the date. It shows you every event through all the regions, Florida, New Mexico. You can go all the way down the list, and it shows you every event in the system. 1 to 3 pages. and I didn't select any information. I did not pre-fill any information on this page whatsoever, because I wanted to find out how many events were currently posted and approved between now and the end of the year. In order for me to do that, you don't fill anything out here below or anything out here to search by. However, if you wanted to be specific and search by a particular date range and state, then you're going to go in here. You're going to put the cursor in the box to select your date range that you prefer. Let's just put in, let's do April 1st, for example. And I wanted to see the whole month of April. Again, I put my cursor in the box first. I select the date. And because I wanted to do, like, let's just leave this blank. Right now, I just want to know how many events are scheduled for April. So I'm going to leave everything blank. I'm going to hit search. And this should show me only the events that are listed for the month of April. And that's it. So all different locations, all different regions. However, only the events that are posted in the month of April are shown. But let's look to see if we have any events specifically by a certain region. Let's pick Florida, because I want to find out how many events are posted for the month of April in Florida. So I'm going to be a little bit more specific and select Florida. I've got April filled. Now I'm going to search. And this should only provide those events that were sorted by Florida for the month of April. And there you go. You can also, a lot of people miss this feature, but if you want to export this to send it to someone, you can export it in a PDF. You see how I selected PDF? And you're going to go down here, whoops, PDF, then you're going to hit search. And maybe it will not let me demonstrate that on this section, but it should allow you to export that. You might need to try that on your own, but if you did want to export that into a PDF to send to someone, that's how you would do it. Normally there is a button down here at the bottom. It may not be just on this test site because I am using a test site today, but there should be a button down here that says submit report format. You would just select PDF as your export, click the button down here at the bottom, and then you can send that to a prospect in the area of Florida. All right, so let's go back to events. And that's really all I wanted to show you today. I get a lot of questions, how do you post an event? So we have a lot of virtual trainings going on this month throughout the next few months. So you can post your virtual training events the same way you would a local event. And all that you would need to do is you would just, change the name of your event again to whatever you prefer. And then where it says, where is your event at? Maybe that's where you could put, virtual event or Zoom, however you want to identify your event. But you can add these events, upload a flyer, whether it's a virtual event or whether it is a local event at a venue. This would be the area where you would do it on your virtual office. This is a dashboard, post an event, search an event, and then previously stored events that you have saved as favorites. So that's it today. I hope that helped a little bit, and I will be doing a few more tutorials through the virtual office training. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.